Hello, good members. Welcome back to RGT to 1K. We are here, of course, with some more machines. We are at 884 on the ladder, hoping to get up into the 900s today. But, you know, we'll see if we can make that happen. Still playing around with United We Stand, and everything else is still the same. Every time I open up this deck constructor, I want to find a way to get Lightning Vortex back in the main. And honestly, with like just how well the deck's been doing and how good it's felt, it feels like this is like the one flex slot. I guess maybe like we could cut a Metamorphosis for the Lightning Vortex, but I don't know. The Metamorphosis have like, they've just been so good. It's just like a little bit of an extender. Like it allows you to do more things. Like you can summon Thousand Eyes Restrict, install summon Thousand Eyes Restrict, you know, cut the opponent off of flip effect monsters. Sometimes, you know, just take a monster to then, you know, use the Thousand Eyes Restrict to tribute to Monster Gate to help push lethal through that you normally wouldn't have had. It also turns, you know, Demok into Gatling Dragon, which we've seen come up several times already. It allows us to play 2 copies of Facilier, because then, like, those are really good for King Dragoon and Labyrinth Tank that's come up a couple of times. Also, Last Warrior's come up before. Yeah, so I don't think I really need to cut the Metamorphosis for Lightning Vortex. Maybe it just finds its home in the side. Or maybe, you know, United We Stand or Brain Control, who knows, decide to show that they're not worth it. And then we can throw the Lightning Vortex back into the deck. But, like I said, trying to get up in the 900s today. Let's see if we can make it happen. Alright, match number 1. We're up against a pretty highly rated duelist here. 709, not too bad. Hopefully, well, we're just not going to lose. I was going to say, hopefully, if we lose because of that somehow, we don't lose a whole lot of ELO, even though this isn't like a true ELO system. I'm just not even going to put that out there, because we're not going to lose. We're going to keep winning. We've had some really, really good winning streaks with this deck. Actually, finished it up, ended up buying my second ulti Facilier. So, ready to go in paper anytime that might come up. Pot of Greed for the opponent. Cool. That's fine. We've got our own Pot of Greed with extra steps here. Actually, I guess Reckless Greed is less steps than Pot of Greed. Because it takes away 2 draw phases. Ooh, Tomat? Okay. I'm going to hit that up with a Ring, I think. We've got a pretty good hand that could kill pretty quickly here, dealing 1400. Sounds good to me. And just getting this off the field is, you know, obviously pretty good. Oh, Scapegoat. Interesting. I think I'm just going to try to make a push here. It's a little risky activating the Reckless Greed, but I think it's totally fine. We just need, like, one other thing, so sure. And we've got, you know, another Giant Trunade to follow up. I'm going to chain the Reckless Greed. Jinzo and... oh, Megamorph? Okay. Well, our life points aren't lower right now, but that's fine. Let's throw down the Reasoning, see what we can get ourselves into here. Demok, of course, is great. Oh, they do call 2. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to say Cyberstein is just lethal here, but they call 2. All right, we get into Facilier, which is quite nice. Man, this Megamorph just not being lethal? No bueno. Yeah. All right, let's just attack for 2800. I guess I could summon Jinzo, because, like, the opponent's probably going to set back row again. Sure, let's just summon the Jinzo. I'm going to set Scapegoat. I don't think I'm going to set Megamorph or Limiter here. I guess I could. In case of, like, I don't know, opponent crashing Mystic Tomato, wanting to crash a new Doria or something. I don't think I need to do that. But I think, like, if the opponent's going to set back row, I've got Jinzo to lock down anything that, like, could be chainable, and then we can just play Giant Trunade. to protect around a Book of Moon or whatever, and we've got this limiter removal, hopefully to kill on the next turn. Oh, brain control. Okay, that's fine. That's no big deal. Man. Alright, I guess we're going to lose here. But I'm going to summon out the Scapegoats, protect the life points a little bit, because I think they're going to activate Tribe to destroy the Jinzo here. This may also make them pay life points. Life points. Use another card. Oh. Yeah, I was going to say to clear the goats. Oh, we're going to meta the Jinzo. Okay. Yeah, since she's fine. The problem here, of course, is that we don't get to draw. So, we are actually dead? Okay. Well, that definitely was a risk of the play that I made, of course, with using the Reckless Greed. It's just, you know, had we drawn a Facilier, or say like the United We Stand, something like that, we would have won the game. I'm actually dead. I'm not going to give up the information that this is limiter removal. I know the opponent. I'm not actually dead there, I know, but I'm just not going to give any information. The opponent probably thinks I'm machines, but doesn't necessarily know. Like, Facilier is just played. I guess I didn't look at the... I could have looked at the graveyard to see if we had already shown that. I don't remember going over a limiter. Whatever. Just don't give that information there. I think it's totally fine. What do we want to do here? We did see Royal Decree from the opponent. So I kind of don't want to go anymore in. I might actually just run it back. We saw Brain Control, Metamorphosis. So it's probably a control deck, right? So bring in the Token Thanksgiving, bring in the Vortex, bring in Big Bang Shot. I do like Raigeki Break against the control decks. So I guess I could bring that in. Torrential's totally fine as well, but I can actually cut some traps here. We could just cut 4 traps. Go down to Ring Raigeki Break. I think that's fine. Leave in our True Nades. Hopefully, hopefully we can get there in the next game. Unfortunate that the Reckless Greed, you know, I don't know. I think it was totally fine. Like, had we hit Cyberstein there, obviously our opponent called 2, but I wouldn't have expected the opponent to call 2, so I don't know. A Demok hit, a Cyberstein hit. Cyberstein would have just been lethal. I think it was totally fine to do that. Okay. Yeah, this hand's pretty good as well. Would love to see a Monster Gate or something, of course. Facilier is kind of like Monster Gate. Oh, Metamorphosis? Okay. That's pretty good to go with our Scapegoat. Also pretty good with Facilier. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to set Scapegoat and pass then, I think. I've also got a giant True Nade chilling here. Nice little Megamorph to go along with Limiter. So that's not nothing. We can definitely take a hit here from the opponent, potentially. May not even need to flip. Well, I guess Megamorph plus this. Well, hold on. We can go into... Yeah, Labyrinth Tank. So if we take a hit here... Ooh, they Heavy Storm. No, they're discarding it to Graceful Charity. That's right. Get a little confused. Sometimes people just put cards in the graveyard. Summon something and attack. No, don't play a face-down monster. That kind of makes me want to go into Tear, but Tear's kind of medium here too, right? I think I'm just gonna take my turn. Draw Scapegoat, not ideal. Interesting. We discarded Breaker, Heavy Storm. Makes sense. I might just set the other Scapegoat and pass. I'm not sold that I want to summon Facilier here and attack. Like, this could be Magician of Faith, but imagine since they set the 2 back, or unless they're both chainables, like, they're probably just going to get back the Graceful Charity, right? Even if they do Heavy Storm and I lose a 1 Scapegoat for no value, it's not the end of the world. See what's up. I just really need my opponent to do something. Oh, Spy. Sure, it's fine. I still have the lethal line on the next turn. So I'm just going to take the 1200 here. Assuming they attack. And we're going to tribute. For Spell Canceller? Alright. Good beats, I guess. I've got Raigeki Break, and they're not going to attack. Okay. Demok is most unfortunate. Man. We're just never going to get to the point where, like, I can use this, right? Sure, we'll just discard Demok. I guess at this... Well, like, I could draw into Stein, right? Summon Gatling Dragon, try to kill those? Okay. That's an answer. But... oh, we're probably dead to the Spell Canceller. Oh, this is... yeah, this is bad. I guess I can summon this and attack over Spy, right? Sure. Because, like, the opponent's showing that, like, they're not really willing to attack with Spell Canceller, so... maybe this helps protect us for a little bit. In hindsight, you know, had I known the opponent had Spell Canceller, I probably would have sucked up their monster, but they eventually could have gotten into Spell Canceller anyway at some point. But I guess they would have had to summon it in face-up attack position, so I still could have just taken it, but... you know. I don't think I'm supposed to play around, like, specifically Spell Canceller there. We haven't seen a lot of Spell Cancellers, I guess, in this run, which is pretty nice. It's not a very played card. Okay, flipping up Moth is fine with me. Can't activate the Graceful Charity. So... no harm. If I can draw into a Blowback or a Jinzo. Jinzo probably being even better to get around these back row. That'd be quite excellent. Alright, Jinzo. United we stand. Okay. Stacking to them off. And they have a Ring of Destruction. Okay. Actually not going to shuffle my hand. I want them to know that that was the card that I just drew if they're paying attention. Are we getting in there with the Spell Canceller finally? No, we're going to summon Sangan? Okay. Alright. I mean, the opponent's giving me all kinds of time. Though now we have lost... drawing Jinzo or Blowback as an out, because they finally got rid of our Facilier. I think they may have let us keep that a little bit too long, honestly, just because of that potential. Maybe I wasn't supposed to summon it when I did, but I just wanted to take care of that Spy. Maybe stop a little bit of damage, and we did. Oh, another Facilier. Okay. I'm going to set it. I think it can soak up the damage from Sangan. If they want to start attacking with the Spell Canceller, you know, cool. But this, once again, gets me to potential Jinzo or Blowback Dragon draw. Cyberstein draw doesn't do it anymore. Life total's a little too... Light Assailant, okay. Okay, that's unfortunate. Man, it's getting to the point where Raigeki breaks probably... Nah, I guess break isn't too late because I do have Scapegoat, but like... I don't know. Just gonna ditch the meta here. This is a part of playing combo decks sometimes, you know. The opponents really don't want to lose to it. They show up with the cards that can hate your entire deck out, and they get you. Okay, I can't out the second spell canceller, so just gonna concede. We're gonna lose 19, go down to 865, but you know, so be it. The opponent really didn't want to lose to RGT, and they didn't. So good on them for setting up their side that way. Let's go ahead and grab another one. All right, match number 2. Let's see if we can get a a little bit better of a match here. Got to make a couple decisions in game 1. In game 2, the spell canceller came down. Okay, I mean, can't really complain about a Pot of Greed, Heavy Storm, Scapegoat hand, but the hand does need some help. There are some episodes of this where we've just, okay, well, yeah, now really can't complain. There have been some episodes of this where we've just, like, drawn the God hands. And then, like, this one, it's just kind of like, I mean, these hands are good, but they're not ideal. Okay, drawing Monster Gate there is very good. With a Megamorph, we're not going to hit Demock. Of course. I guess we can get rid of a Scapegoat. That seems fine. And yeah, I guess I am just going to discard the Demock. I could discard Facilier. I'm just going to discard the Demock. I think that's fine. Facilier could definitely come up. Something can happen to these Scapegoats, like Heavy Storm into Tribe or something. But I'm going to set Goat, set Jar of Greed, and I'm just going to pass. I could Snatch Steal in Monster Gate. That's true. If I hit Stein, I win. I'm going to do it. Sure, why not? This could end up not working out, of course. But we'll see. It's being aggressive. If I hit Stein, I hit Jinzo. Jinzo turns off my Jar of Greed, so okay. That's fine. Maybe I'm not supposed to do that. And I'm just going to leave the Facilier in hand. And pass the turn. See what the opponent's got. Now they can't, you know, do anything with, like, I guess they can Snatch Steal. That's fine. That's not really that big of a deal, honestly. I've got Heavy Storm for that. I get to protect my life points with Scapegoat, which I'll activate here. If they want to blow up the Jar of Greed with the Breaker, it's totally fine with me. I can just take this Jinzo back and maybe win the game. 48. No, not quite. Okay, we lose the Jog. Get to gain 1,000 life points. We need a little bit more help to actually win here. Upstart Goblin. No, wait, the Megamorph isn't going to work here anyway. I was counting as if, like, Lord, I've had a headache this whole time. I sat down and I was like, yeah, let's do this. And then my head started hurting. I'm like, oh no. We did draw into a Reasoning though, so let's go ahead and slam that down. We could definitely win now, assuming this works out. The opponent, I guess they see Limiter, right? Oh, they call 4? Okay. Blowback Dragon, okay. Let's see, this is 46, 47 plus 14. 61, so we can't quite win if I go after Breaker, so I guess I'm actually just going to go after the Snatch Steal. Right? Yeah. I'm just going to go after the Snatch Steal here. Save my Heavy Storm for next turn if I need it. Awesome. Snatch down. I'll take that Jinzo back, please. And yeah, I guess I'm not going to summon Facilier here. Sure. I'll hold it in hand in case we need it for, like, I don't know. Like, maybe we draw into a Metamorphosis or something. But we'll get in, take the opponent down to 3,500. And pass the turn. If only this Megamorph had been a limiter removal. But we've got 2 of those in the graveyard. Still can't complain. Traps are shut off for the opponent. Shining Angel generally points to... man, yeah, Tribe is really getting us today. That's another reason to not summon out the Facilier. We're actually still in fine shape here. What's... The brain control doesn't really point to return. It doesn't not point to return. Oh, Stein. Well, Stein points to winning the game. All right. Come forth, my trusty Master of Oz. I could have summoned something a little cooler there, but that's all right. We'll just make it big. We'll attack over that tribe, and yeah, we see brain control again. Interesting. I don't know. Like, brain control, tribe, shining angel, it could be a Monarch-y strategy. That's totally possible. We didn't see a single back row from the opponent. I could bring in Messenger of Peace. I don't know how good that is, actually. Probably not amazing. Like, Raigeki Break is good at taking out Monarchs, I guess. They could definitely be siding Spell Cancel or something. Sure, we'll bring in these. Cut a couple of jogs, probably. Call it a day. That makes sense. Like, we didn't see any back row from the opponent, but that he definitely could be playing some. I'm just going to leave in the 3 giant True Nades with my Heavy Storm. I think we're going to call it there. Yeah. Luckily, we drew the Stein there. It was like, we weren't in the worst position in the world, because the opponent did have to give up, 2 cards to clear our board there. So they were also short on resources. Maybe, they attack us with the tribe a little bit. We get to pump up our Facilier eventually. I don't know, with a Megamorph, make it 2,800. Maybe somehow get in there, but like they could be just giving us a little bit of time to get into something bigger. So, but always nice to just draw the card that wins the game on the spot, right? Not sure I played that game correctly either. Maybe I'm not supposed to snatch steal that Shining Angel. I could get behind that and really put too much thought into it. But here we are. This hand, quite good. We just need something to go with our Monster Gate or our meta. Stein counts. The question... I guess we get to Graceful Charity first and see what's up. But we may not want to Stein turn 1. We'll see. Facilier, another Monster Gate. I want a Scapegoat. Perfection. I think I'm going to discard Facilier and probably meta. The Scapegoat's going to go hard, assuming that's not MST or Dust Tornado. But I'm not going to just activate the Scapegoat, I don't think. I'm just going to set it and pass the turn. That's an MST. Cool. Woe is me. I still have, Cyberstein, Monster Gate, Giant Trunade. Oh, heavy? Okay. Hopefully there's no tribe in hand. That would be a disaster. Yeah, okay. Even worse, I guess. Oh, man. All right. Flip up Shining Angel, Sangan, cool. All of this is fine. This makes my Gatling Dragon a little bit better. Limiter? Upstart Goblin. Okay. Yeah, I guess giving the opponent another 1,000 is kind of whatever, right? And slam that down. Metamorphosis. Okay. Well, I wish I could have kept my goats, right? Opponent's at 12,200. I mean, yeah, I guess there's a chance here. I'm gonna go for it. Things aren't getting any better. Like maybe the Monster Gate hits Demock and we get back a second limiter removal or a Megamorph or something here. Who knows? But we gotta see how many heads we're flipping first. Hopefully not 3. Oh, there's a Tails. Okay, I want at least 1 because I want to take out the Shining Angel. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, I could meta into another Gatling Dragon. I think I'm just gonna do that real quick. GG. Hello? What? I've got 5 cards in hand. I'm gonna Monster Gate this off. Jinzo. That's not the card I wanted to see. But I guess I could Monster Gate again. If I hit second Stein, it's really bad, but like I really kind of need to hit Demock, don't I? To win? If I go into another Gatling Dragon, it's 52 plus 48. Yeah, that's just not even close. Alright, I'll Monster Gate off the Jinzo. We'll see if we can hit Demock here. We might just lose. The opponent gave the GG way too early, though. Okay. There's the Demock. Now I can... Hold on. Yeah. Second limiter removal's pretty good here. Oh, what about Prima, though? If I get back Premature Burial and then I go into Gatling Dragon... Oh, what if I could just get Brain Control here? Hold on. No, Brain Control doesn't do it. Alright, let's do some math. If I get back Premature Burial for Jinzo, then I meta this off. That would be... Oh, wait. I can just get Facilier. So it's 3 things with over 5,000. Which is 15,000. Okay. No. I can't get back Premature Burial. I'm at 600. The same reason I can't get back Brain Control, so I guess I'll just get back Limiter. Okay. Yeah, let's just get back Limiter, and I don't even have to... I don't even have to flip. Okay. What do you say about those GGs, opponent? All right. Oh, Kuribo? Well, let's just attack into... We'll attack into Shining Angel first so they can't go grab Kuribo. I guess, like, if they already have a Kuribo in hand... Cool. If they don't, yeah. They offered a rematch. I didn't take up the rematch in the last video, so we'll accept the rematch here. Why not? Maybe make up for that rating that we lost earlier. Okay, this hand's pretty good. Just go ahead and lead on Graceful. Okay. Discard Demock here and probably meta. I could just discard Giant Trunade. The opponent has shown very little. Yeah. The opponent has shown very little back row in like all of the games. And I already have Heavy Storm, so let's just get rid of Giant Trunade. We'll keep all of our like powerful stuff. Maybe we draw a Facilier. Like we can meta it off into Labyrinth Tank. Okay. Second reasoning, not bad. Opponent sets a monster. Okay. Now they set some back row. All right. Drawing Monster Gate's not bad. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to do something here. We could wait for them to flip up the monster, but I kind of don't want to... Well... I would have to set something here. I guess I could set Metamorphosis. I'm just going to go for it. Let's play the Heavy Storm. I get double reasoning Monster Gate. We'll be okay, right? Scapegoat. Okay. And Royal Decree. All right. Wasn't really expecting these. Yeah, let's see what we can still do. Like, if we get into Stein, we can summon Gatling Dragon. We can meta off the Gatling Dragon. Try to blow up the opponent's entire board. But I think it's a good time to go for it. Now we know there's Decree, though, and Scapegoat in the deck, so we can change up things a little bit. They call 6. We hit a 7. Cool. Come on down, Facilier. And all reasoning again. Would love to hit Stein here. They call 6, which is... Okay, well, Jinzo. Cool. I can Monster Gate here. It's a 50-50, right? To hit Facilier or Stein. I'm not forgetting anything, right? We have 2 Facilier, 2 Stein, Demock, Jinzo. Oh, Blowback. There's also Blowback potential. Maybe that's the card that we're worried about. I could also go into King Dragoon. I don't really think I need to do that. Yeah. It's a 1/3 chance. I don't think I'm supposed to. I think that might be a Shining Angel. I'm just going to attack. And then I think I'm going to go into King Dragoon here. Stop Snatch Steal shenanigans. Stops Tear if the opponent does have Metamorphosis over there. Them having Scapegoat was kind of annoying. and then calling the reasoning correctly. Unfortunate, but that's how it be sometimes, I guess. Alright, let's throw down this Upstart Goblin. Trunade. That's not the card I need. What I need is Premature Burial. Let's get back Demock. That would be excellent. Alright, they gain their 1,000. Cool. I think I'm just going to keep attacking these tokens. Get them off the board. Now would be a good time for Enemy Controller. Maybe we should try Enemy Controller in the deck. I could see that. Okay, the opponent's not doing anything. Scapegoat? Alright, that goes with our Monster Gate pretty well. Not if we hit Stein. It's not great if we hit Stein, but I am going to set it. Also goes well with our United We Stand, so... We'll see what happens. I probably do Monster Gate on the next turn. Another monster from the opponent. Yeah, sure. I'll flip up Scapegoat here. See what we can get ourselves into. Ring of Destruction. Okay, it's not bad. Do I want a Monster Gate? Like, there's a chance of it's Blowback, Fusilier, and Stein. Yeah, I think I'm going to. If we hit the Stein, cool. Yeah, we hit the Stein. That's all right. I think I'm actually going to attack with it. Well, I could equip it with United We Stand. If I want to. I don't know if I particularly want to. No, I think I'm just going to use it to attack over token, and then King Dragoon's going to attack here. See if it's a Shining Angel. Maybe we protect the Stein. It is Shining Angel, okay. Maybe we protect the Stein with Ring. And they get another Angel. I don't think they have DD Warrior Lady in their deck, because I think they would have just been attacking. Alright, let's set Ring, and I'm just going to save the United We Stand. Though, yeah, we'll see how hard they want to go in here. I'd imagine they may not worry about clearing the Stein, right? Because my field is locked. It's kind of an interesting. This has been a weird game. Yep, Shining Angel to defense, okay. Kind of thought that might be the case. And another face down monster, sure. Reckless Greed. That's a decent one. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to attack into the Shining Angel. I'll just go ahead and attack into this monster. See what happens. Sangantha. Okay. That's fine. Probably just move Stein to defense. Serpent. Cool. It's no big deal. Set Reckless Greed. Pass a turn. Assuming it's Sinister Serpent that is set by the opponent, there's a chance we could win next turn. But we'll see. While nothing's going on, I'm totally fine. Uh-oh. Soul Exchange. I'm fine with this. God, if they go into Jinzo... if they go into Jinzo, it's really annoying, but they'll just kind of have to crash it into King Dragoon. Okay. This is... Oh, they can't crash it into King Dragoon. Zaborg. Okay, that's fine. We can deal with that. Start the turn. Brain Control. That's a good way to deal with it. Man, I wish I knew what this face-down monster was. The world may never know. Do I activate Reckless Greed here? Probably. Yeah. Any machines? Another limiter. Any machines? Meta. That's a machine. Is it enough to win the game with? Probably, actually. So, this is a 7. We go into Labyrinth Tank. It goes to 48. And then it goes to 96. No, wait. I have United We Stand as well. Okay. So, go into Labyrinth Tank. Give it plus 24. It's 48. Lord. Goes to 96. Yeah, this is beyond lethal. Okay. So let's meta off the King Dragoon. And United We Stand makes it 4,800. Limiter. 9,600. 19,200. And then we attack into this little Zaborg here. All right. We took game 1, so we know the opponent is on Scapegoat, Decree, and then here's a Borg. Is this just like a control deck with Shining Angel? Like, I don't know, some sort of like Chaos Recruiter control? Very well could be. Changes things a little bit. Now I kind of want the Vortex. Kind of want this Token Thanksgiving, Big Bang Shot. Raigeki Break seems good, but could probably cut a True Nade, and we'll just cut down on some traps a little bit. Seems good to me. Probably don't want Mind Control. We haven't really seen anything that would make me want to do that. But, alright. Sounds good to me. Let's see if we can pick up this third match here, assuming Dueling Book will cooperate. May need to refresh. We'll see. Yeah, let's give it the old refresh here. Everybody loves to see the Dueling Book intro anyway. And then I skip it immediately after saying that. You're welcome. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're on the connecting screen. As far as I'm aware, my internet's okay. Could just be Dueling Book. We'll cut it in editing, and oh, we won't cut it in editing. We are here. We are in the game. I hope it's cited. I clicked done citing twice. You all saw it. Proof. All right. Token Thanksgiving says we did, in fact, side. Saying it's totally fine. Opponent just leads on Kaiku. All right. Meta. Okay. All right. Lost connection again. Cool. This is what I get for accepting the rematch. Let's throw down reasoning. Haven't done the math yet, but I've got a decent shot at just winning here. They call 2. Okay. And we hit Jinzo. Okay, so we get 3 monsters. So 700, this is 31 plus 42. 31 plus 42, come on. 73 plus 24? It's 97? Oh no. We can't get anything bigger than a Jinzo on a 6? Hold on. Oh, man, why is there no level 2? I can't win here? Really? Let me do the math again. Okay, 31 plus 42, 73 plus 24 is 97. 97 minus 18 is 79. Come on, man. I could tribute for a blowback, but then I can't summon Stein. I'm just going to attack, I think. Let's just attack. We put a dark in the graveyard for the opponent. Cool, whatever. Oh, man. Dueling Book's going to make it. Little scuffed here. Sorry about that. But what do you do when Dueling Book's just going to do its thing over and over? I'm pretty sure I did all of that math right. The opponent would have lived at 100 life points. That's so unfortunate. Oh well. I mean, hopefully we don't have to deal with Scapegoat next turn. Snatch Deal, sure. We can live with that. Sook. Yeah. Alright, now we can't activate Cyberstein. I thought about just going in, but then, like, we lose the Snatch Deal, which is exactly what happened. And now we might just lose. Okay, so... Man, united we stand. Alright. Let's throw down this upstart. Scapegoat's pretty good. Scapegoat is a good one. I think I'm just going to set it. This opponent is playing Token Thanksgiving, so I think I have to take the 24 here. Or the 35. But we'll see what happens. Yeah. Just take the 24. I also have Token Thanksgiving for me. Okay. That's kind of interesting. Okay, so now... Hold on. I gain 3,200. Which puts me at 53. Summon Stein. Master of Oz becomes 84 plus 16, 10,000. That's not quite enough to attack over the Jinzo. Damn, really? So what if meta tribute for Blowback Dragon? That might be able to do it. Just gonna meta here. Take the Jinzo. They do have Tsukuyomi in hand. Maybe they set it. That would be great. If I tribute for Blowback and I take this out, then 46 plus 32. It's still not quite lethal. Okay, I'm just gonna attack with a tear then. I think I'm doing all this math right. It's quite a bit of math. Okay. Snatch is gone. Tear's flipped down, so I think I may just summon Blowback anyway. See if I can blow up this this back row here. Okay. All right, there's a heads. Tails. And tails. All right, cool. We'll just pass the turn then. We'll see what happens. Kind of just didn't want to leave the tear just chilling whenever I have a Blowback Dragon. Perfect. Smash ground. Okay. Well, I wish I could have killed it. But yeah, I kind of didn't want to just leave the tear there to get run over by like anything and then just have Blowback Dragon chilling. Man, Tribe has done a hell of a job today. Lose the goats. We're not dead. Okay, we're dead. Chaos Monster. Cool. All right. So, could have gotten the opponent to 100 life points on turn 1. We would have lost the Snatch Deal, I guess. So... yeah, all right. I guess we run it back. Sure. Seems good to me. Let's see if we can pick up this game 3. It's kind of... these have been some... whew. These have been some interesting games. I've had a lot of fun with this one. Definitely not sold that I've played a lot of them like super correctly, but that's okay. Don't think I need Ring here. Just get rid of that. Do you think I want to keep the Raigeki Break? Opponent can definitely set a face down monster. Maybe actually just get rid of Snatch? Sure. I do like the reasoning. We could get into like a Jinzo or something. Help push our plays through. Really getting into anything with double limiter removal is pretty good. So, really hoping the opponent doesn't lead on Heavy Storm Tribe. But even then, we could still be okay. Breaker. Breaker's fine. If we go after the break, I'm not going to activate. I don't think it's worth it to just take out a Breaker. They attack. I'll activate Scapegoat. They have Token Thanksgiving. I'm going to take the 16. It's kind of odd, but like swords? That is about the worst card I could have seen here. Demok. Man, the breaker hitting Raigeki break was huge. I could reasoning and try to get into blowback dragon, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to pass the turn. Man. Lost the 50-50, may have lost the game because of it. We'll see. We've got Scapegoat, so we can keep our life total reasonably high. Kaiku, sure. Can always hit the nuke button at some point. And just summon Cyberstein. I don't think we need to do that. Oh man, we're almost out of Stein range though. So maybe I need a reasoning. See if I can just hit that blowback. If I hit the blowback, I win. Sure. If I don't, I get a big dude that can block a little bit. I guess if they have Snatch Steal, sure. Whatever. They call 6. Okay, so now we can't hit blowback. We do hit Facilier though. Cool. Stein and a Gatling Dragon here. I just don't think it's worth it. I'm just gonna pass. We'll leave the Facilier up. If they summon Zaborg, cool. I guess. It's 2 on swords. No Heavy Storm or Giant Trunade for us. If only the breaker had hit the Scapegoat. That's how it be sometimes. Okay. Okay. Facilier gets to live. That's big news. No brain control, no Zaborg here. Love to see it. We get to see 3 cards. Oh, we get to see more. Okay. Giant Trunade, Heavy Storm. All of those would be quite good. Yes, Trunade. There we go. Flip up Reckless Greed for good measure. Let's throw down Trunade. Send that swords packing. And I'm going to play around Kuhb the best that I can. So this is Summon Cyber Dragon. Wrong format. Been playing a little bit of Edison. You all know that. Summon Cyberstein. Go into Gatling Dragon. Activate Gatling Dragon. And then Monster Gate off the Stein. But should be good to win here. Which will put us at 2-1 on the day, but Dueling Book has something to say about it first. Reconnecting. We are here. Giant Trunade is hit. The opponent's probably also having some issues with Dueling Book. Yep, there we go. Summon the old Cyberstein. Get Gatling Dragon. And just going to play around the Kuhb the best that I can here. I don't think this is BM because it is a card that is played. You all have seen it on this series a lot. All right, let's get rid of the face down. Let's get rid of the Kaiku. DD Warrior Lady. Okay. And then we'll Monster Gate off the Cyberstein. Into another Stein, sure. Why not? This is fine. We'll put Big Bang Shot on Cyberstein, I guess. Make it a little bit bigger. I don't think this is going to matter a whole lot. But, yeah. Let's get in there, Facilier. It is large. 56. Like, how? I'm halfway through my deck. uh, that's how I have it in hand. Like, I've played Pot of Greed, Reckless Greed. I've seen half my cards. Like, I'm not really gonna engage any past here. But I mean, oh God, Dueling Book's not even gonna let me send the message. These were some. I play 5. Like, I get it. This is another reason why we need an auto sim, so we don't have to wait for the opponent to click admit defeat like that, so they can just sit there and salt. That's pure luck, mate. Okay. I mean, like, first of all, this is a trading card game. Every trading card game has variants. Almost every game you will ever play has some form of variance. Sometimes you're the one that gets lucky. Sometimes you're the one that gets unlucky. That happens. I don't know. I'm pretty happy to have limiter removal in my hand. Especially in multiples. And then I played the game basically around that. So, I don't know. You get the cards that, like, you're dealt with, and, like, I had a Graceful Charity, I had Pot of Greed, I had Reckless Greed. I saw half the cards on my deck. So, like, mathematically, I'm supposed to see 1.5 copies of limiter removal. What's 1.5 rounded up? It's 2. I guess this makes 4. It's 2. There you go. So I don't really think it was. I have to justify myself getting lucky. I'm just sitting here yapping at this point. Anyway, we're at 884. We didn't make it to 900. I think we actually lost one elo net for this episode, but we went 2-1. So we had to pick up a loss at some point. No words. No shame in losing to someone who, built their deck to beat RGT with double spell canceller on the side. That's going to happen. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. A bit of a long one today. Yeah, we'll be back with the next one.